Oh, for
And
2 years. Oh, yeah.
yes, but
And you,
now I no put Uber or subway, and I only only driving. Okay.
yeah, I understand. Well, I'm sorry for this, but I think these things may happen, you know. I think in our life, maybe we come across this kind of people, so we don't have control about it. But I think I hope that with psychotherapy, you had better. So um, I think that's it. Let me
Mari, can
just.
you send like me for another room because have two guys just and half was
Yeah,
alone
I
in a
send I
room.
send one to breakout
Oh,
room too.
oh, okay. So thank you.
It's okay. I think that's it. Okay, Rafa, do you wanna tell about the question?
Hi. The first one.
Yes.
Mm, so I don't come across psychopath. Girl, thanks God. But no, I don't. How do you
Okay.
say encontrar? Eu nunca encontrei.
Find.
Find. I yes. Thank you.
Okay. What do you think, Ana Paula? Welcome.
Hey, I'm sorry for being late. Can you send me
Okay.
the questions and introduce a little
Oh
bit
yeah.
about the topic because I am a little bit late.
Okay. Okay. 1 minute. So we are talking about unsocial personality disorder. I don't know if you already heard about it, but usually we call psychopath. Um, and I show the people of a little bit about this disorder, about this mental disorder. So if are people that have, I'm sorry because I'm doing two things at the same time. Okay. Um, so this disorder is related to people that have a needing to control and manipulate others. This is how they work. They don't have empathy. So it is how the the brain is construct. You know, they born this way. Of course, they are not all killers and serial killers like some people say. Sometimes we have prejudice about this, but they are not all act like violently, you know. And we are talking about a little bit about this and what people think about this, and if people have afraid of these people. So the first question we are talking about, if you think that you already come across a psychopath in your life, that you think they are in a specific places, they are just in some specific professions, or they are in everywhere. What do you think?
I think it's hard to avoid this kind of person because when you cross with this with anyone, it's not right in this face. You know, I am a psychopath. I don't know how to pronounce it, but um, you need to know this person to detect that he or she is this kind of person. So I have no idea, but I think I never crossed with this kind of person in my life. Um, I think that's it. I think it's really hard because when you cross, because you already know the person, and in some way you were already affected by this because it's not good, it's not healthy to have this kind of contact. But in my life, I don't remember about this. So thanks God, I think I don't know anyone.
Yeah, sometimes, usually they are in specific professions like politics. It's very common. Like they are entrepreneurs and this professions that are more individually. Politics, of course, is not individually, but they had this place of power they like very much. So um, they used to work this way. Talking about feelings, they are more rationally than emotionally. So I think we can just go into the next question. Do you think psychopaths are bad people, or maybe they're just in their way, or all of them is going to do something wrong? What do you think? Cynthia, do you understand the question? If you want to start, your audio is not open.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I think these people, for me, is bad people. And when I people born, I think this uh, born nasce dentro, born on your
Inside.
mind, inside your
Yeah.
mind, in your hurting. I don't know. Um,
They don't have fall to born this way.
yes, I think this when people no um, have difficult de making de fazer coisas ruins,
Bad things.
bad, yes, bad things. Uh, I don't know. I
Yeah.
think the people born this feeling, com esse sentimento,
Yes, that's right.
I want people common or good, no, no, no do, no do, no make this think. Não faz essas coisas, eu acho. É muito ruim.
Okay.
Sorry.
Rafa, what do you think?
Yes. For me, I don't know more, but I think they people know bad because they are problem and they people need to break. How do you say tratar?
Treat?
Treat. Yes. I think people are need treat.
Yeah. They have this impulsive thing that they have to control other people and other things that have to work in their way.
Yes.
So,
Não are people bad. People têm problemas, sabe? Que precisam ser tratados. Não, eu não acho que são pessoas ruins.
yeah, there is an interview in YouTube that I'm gonna send you the link. It's very interesting because the interview, it is with a psychopath, and he talk about this. He talk about how he's feeling with this diagnosis, you know. And it's very interesting because he had idea in it, and he talked openly about this problem. And he make he is in a treatment with psychotherapy. This is very important. And he say that he was very confusing before he know his diagnosis, and after that he rationally know about this disorder, and he act in a way that can make things better for him. So the it's like the ego, you know, our ego. It's so, I don't know if it is this word, but it's so flatter. I don't know how it works, how to say that, but uh, everybody has ego. But in a case of this disorder, the ego is just ego, and it's just him, you know. And the way he think about life and people, it is, how can I make my life better? I will not control other people because I'm going to do something illegal. I'm going to do something bad, and this will prejudice me, you know? And they think about this way. So this interview, so it's so cool. I'm gonna send you. But sorry, Ana Paula, you can talk now.
No, it was amazing to listen about this interview because I'm really interesting because I have no vocabulary to talk about this. I have no idea. I never thought this even in Portuguese. But I was thinking here, I don't know if you know how to answer me, but does someone can develop this issue during the life, or always the person will born with this disorder? I don't know. I have no idea.
Generally, they born this way is genetic.
Okay.
But in example of social pet, they can develop because is a social environment development. So um, for example, you can be a narcissist person, but not necessarily a psychopath. All psychopaths are narcissists, but not every narcissist is a psychopath. So in our life, we met narcissist people, but
Yeah.
not all of them are sociopath or psychopath. Sociopath is a usual name, but the right name is sociopath or and social personality disorder.
In the
Okay,
beginning, I was agreeing with Cynthia because everything that we listen about the psychopath is that they killed someone or they are trying to do something bad. We never listen about a psychopath that is um, trying to have a normal life, you know. So in the beginning of this conversation, yes, I thought that the psychopath are bad person because everything that we listen sounds bad. But
yeah.
when Hafa shared about this, I was thinking, if it is a disorder, an example, if I had any disorder in my life, any issue, anything that I need to treat, I'm not bad because of this. So it's hard to face this as a disorder, as a disease, and actually it's a disease, I think. And you have you cannot be treated by the disease. An example, I study about patients with diabetes mellitus. So they are not the disease, they are patients. So that's it. But it's hard because it's not something that you can detect. An example, as a genetic disease, it's hard to detect and to think in this way, you know. But I like this talk because it's opened my mind about this.
Yeah, I send you the interview. I think it's 30 minutes, but I think it's so interesting that Cynthia, do you want to talk? Sorry.
Maybe a little comportamento, maybe, talvez it's easy observation,
See, look.
de, né? I don't know if born or evolui. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
if you're
for
sorry.
me, with I stayed with one psychopath, for me is bad people. Okay,
Yeah,
um, I don't know. Um, it's hard when people make much fazer muita coisa bad for other people.
yeah,
Só quem passou, desculpa. É só quem passou.
yeah. Some people, for example, in abuse relationship, they can have a relationship with psychopath. Normally, psychopaths search for vulnerable people with vulnerability. With so much vulnerability. Okay, we can come to third question. Have you ever felt manipulated by someone?
Yes.
I never.
Someone wants
Yes, my ex.
it's always the
but
ex.
but he aren't not a psychopath, but he is manipulate.
Yeah, in my case, it's so hard to talk this in live on YouTube.
You can say in generally.
An example for me, I was part of a church for a long time, and they have a close mind about some things, about some clothes, about some makes, about some kinds of relationship, and everyone that is not going in the way that they consider as correct, they
Mm-hmm.
judge. And when you are judged, you are they put you in a oh,
Box?
not in a box. But when you are in a church, an example how I was, I like to work in church. I like to invite my friends and be part of this and to be influenced. And when you are going in the correct way, you can be influenced. But when you are not doing what they want that you do, you cannot influence anyone because you are not a good company. So it's so hard because they try to manipulate the way that you are wearing, the way that you have your relationship. So sometimes it's healthy because when you don't know how to, when you need someone to help you, they will help. But when you have your own conscience and your own way, I want to wear this shirt and that's okay. I will not change because you don't like. I don't mind. But it's so hard because it's a kind of manipulation that sometimes when you are doing this kind of manipulation. So that's my story with manipulation.
And you feel guilty because
Yeah,
you're not doing the same thing that other people are doing. You will say
yeah.
like you have to have self knowledge for that.
Yeah, and I'm not. I didn't feel guilty just because I'm not doing what they are doing, because it's my opinion. But they said that why I'm doing it's wrong. I will go to the hell because of this. So, oh my God! If I choose other thing, it's okay. I will not feel guilty about this because I have my opinion. But when I say no, the way that you are doing, it's wrong. It's completely different. That's the same thing that when you have a friend, a boyfriend that's saying, what you are doing, it's wrong. No, it's not wrong. It's my way. So, but
Yeah, I
today
think
I'm not influenced by this anymore. I
I
think,
think I think mainly in our culture, or in some religions, we have the sense of right and wrong, and we just stay in that. You know, it's not a middle thing between these two destinations. You know, and I think that's it. I think that it's so great that you're not in this anymore. Um, I don't remember if Cynthia respond
Yes.
the question. Okay.
Yeah.
The next question is: are you more individualistic or collectivist? Collectivist. It's hard word. What do you think?
but in which context about this? I didn't get the question.
In the context of the disorder, you know that people with psychopath, they are individualist. But you think you are individualist in your life, or you are more collectivist?
Um, I don't know. In terms of to stay with person, example, I prefer to stay around people. I don't like to be alone. I don't like to things like this. But when we are talking about um, pensar no bem coletivo, I'm not this kind of person. I prefer to think about things that will make me better, my life better. But I have a kind of empathy. I'm not a psychopath, but I think I'm not. But, I like to share my life. I'm not the person who spend the weekend alone with pizza and films. I'm not this kind of person.
Okay. And you, Rafa?
I think me and collectivist. I don't individualist. It depends. Depends of case. Depends is às vezes I am individualist or collectivist. It depends.
And you, Cynthia, what do you think?
Collective. Um, I like together, together one
Be together
with
with.
my family, my children, my husband. Um, I don't like stay alone. I prefer uh, many people, many people, muitas pessoas. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, yes.
Sometimes we are not just one thing in our entire life. Just like all people are not just collectivists all the time in their life, and they are not just individualists. Just psychopath, of course. But for example, the act of eating is individualist in some way. The act of sometimes we prefer having habits that prejudice the environment is individually. So sometimes we are individually. and it's okay. We are not a bad people because of that, you know. Sometimes we see a people in need in the street, and we don't give any money or any food. Sometimes we feel just bad with this, but uh, it is individualist in some way. So I think sometimes we have to deconstruct this concept, you know, of being one thing or being other thing. You know, we are a collectivist people too, because it's not possible having a society without a collectivist sense. You know, so I think that's it. We are between these two things in times in our life, you know. And some choices we had to be more collectivist and think more about other people, think about our privilege, but sometimes we have to be individualist, you know. So I think we can go. Are you okay with this topic? I was afraid about bringing this because sometimes some people don't feel comfortable about this. They have some afraid about these people too. So I think it is important to bring it, you know. Okay, the next question is, it is important to have empathy. Why? Cynthia?
Yes, it's important because other people sometimes have problem, and if you if you I am empathy, it's okay. Se eu
Empathy.
tiver empatia is have empathy, I I can help you maybe. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you can help more people if you have empathy for them.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, for me, for sure, it's important to have empathy. And for me, empathy is a social construct and something that you will learn depends of the environment that you are living. An example, if you live in an unstable family, that anyone helping anyone, that no one helps no one, and people are trying to pass through the others, and you will not learn how to have empathy. And something that we cannot demand, because it's depends. What is empathy for you sometimes is not for me. Um, an example, to give money on the street. For me, sometimes it's not empathy. It's to help someone. Empathy sometimes is when I am coming to my apartment and I see my neighborhoods trying subir, subir as escadas,
Upstairs?
Down.
yeah, it's this. With a lot of things that he bought, and he cannot bring everything that I will help. And it's so hard to define what is empathy, but for sure it's too important, and we cannot have a, a healthy social life if we don't have.
I like your definition because uh, sometimes doing things they're have they have to see those things like help other people, not just as an empathy thing. It's like you have to do it naturally, you know. All the people have to do this. So sometimes we need to use uh, pretty words to say that, to use that. I think it's more important we use the empathy than we we think about, oh, what is empathy?
What is,
Oh, how can I be empathy? So sometimes it's simple.
yeah. But empathy for me, it's more than to help, because to help is to help. But
Yeah,
empathy, it's the power to feel what the other is feeling.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's this. It's a hard definition, but
Sometimes people can help other needed people. For example, I'm gonna give you money because you're needing, but not necessarily I care about these people. I'm putting in this people side, you know. It's just like I don't want to feel guilty. I just giving you the money. Just I don't need the money. Just do whatever you have to do.
yeah. Or you just give because you want, just stop to annoy me. Just go there, and I don't want to see these kinds of things. So I will give you the money, and you go away. And it's not
Yeah.
to feel about what the other is suffering.
What do you think, Hafa?
Yes, and I think you had empathy for me because I don't know talk English for better, and your had empathy for me because this and that, and so I think very important had empathy.
Do you agree with Paula? Sometimes we don't have empathy. Just we are helping.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Repeat for repeat, please.
Paula was talking about empathy, but sometimes she thinks that helping people sometimes is not just empathy. You're not putting in this people side, you know. You're just helping. You
Yes,
think sometimes happens?
yes, because you're no help me. Your empathy is for me. You know? Y- Yes, this is.
Okay. So guys, you're back. What do you think about this topic? Someone want to talk about? Someone in the other group want to talk a little bit?
Yes,
What
Yeah,
do you
I
think
like
about?
it.
I like.
You like it?
Yes.
You
yeah.
you can do all the questions? You answer all the questions?
Yeah, like my room is just me, Philip, and Daniel. You're like a little confused with this topic because, like we said, we don't work with this in our daily, and I just have like I took classes about this in my course, but not too deepest to understand more. I just look, and I really liked this, and we discussed about this, but it's still been difficult to talk about this, because I really don't know much of than just the basic, and I think it's kind of a problem. I'll need to know because it's kind of we have empathy and understand the other. I think all the things is connection.
Yeah. I can bring another time this topic and explain you a little bit more or bring some video so it come more clear for you. But I think it's an important we discuss, and after this we see the video that I send you, the interview with psychopath. So is a person that has this disorder and talk a little bit about how he's feeling this, and he's not a is interesting because he's not in a jail or had this stereotype figure, you know, sometimes that we have of psychopaths. So I think it is good, you know, see sometimes this interview. And that's it. Someone want to add something?
I have a question. Mariana, are you a psychologist?
No, I studied psychology.
You were a explaining about this that you know a lot of things about this. So bring more topics like this and bring some things about anxiety that is related with your future profession. That will be amazing. I like
Yeah.
it a lot.
Yeah, can you send the link of the interview? Because I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna send you again. 1 minute.
Thank you.
Uh, wait a
Yeah, and
minute.
I'm very proud of Rafa and Cynthia. She's doing, they are doing very good, and that they are trying. That's important.
Yes,
Thank you,
Cynthia,
Ana.
you rock, you rock.
Ana
Yeah,
Paula.
I hope to see you again here.
yeah.
So, guys, usually I will bring the topics about mental health. Okay. Uh, that's it. Thank you for all you being here. Great week. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Mari, can you stop the live on YouTube?
I don't have the email.
Okay,
I'm
can
gonna
you?
put you as a host. 1 minute.
Okay, yeah, here it's. I just you need